and welcome to another episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. I'm Britt Rochelle.
I'm Tato.
And I'm Muffin.
And 404, sound guy still not found. On today's very special episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast, we all wanted to talk about something that we touch on now and again, but really just wanted to go in depth and really talk about the games that shaped us. Mainly games we started out playing, the games that we played the crap out of, and really just shaped our childhoods in gaming. Who'd like to start us off this very nostalgic episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse?
I think it was your idea. I'd like to hear the games you started out with.
Alrighty. I played a lot of games I played were, again, I talk about a little bit, but I really just want the nitty-gritty of the games that I played. Again, a lot based on movies. I'm a huge movie buff. I love just watching movies, especially in theaters, but if I can't get to it in theaters, that's what streaming services are now for. I think one of my favorite games that I ever played as a kid, did y'all remember the movie or even the Nickelodeon series Barnyard?
Yes.
You mean Back at the Barnyard?
Yes, but the movie was called Barnyard. But the show was indeed called Back at the Barnyard. Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it had a video game, and it was actually a pretty fun video game. And I'm gonna look up some footage for it right now because it's pretty crazy. Basically you play as a cow OC. You get to customize your own cow and walk around at the barnyard, kind of playing through the events of the game. More so, they're what's it called? I don't know. It's very much loosely based off the movie. But one of the main mechanics in it is you do squirt milk at things. There's a lot of mini games. There's a story mode, but yeah, there's a lot of mini games, and I'm just gonna. And the funnier story, I may have told this on GFaP before, in case I haven't. Actually, I think I have. I don't know if you've heard it though, Tato. Remember it started out as a video game rental because there used to be this magical store called Family Video, which does still exist in some places, but largely is dying out, much like Blockbuster did. And I got this game, Barnyard, and I played the crap out of it. And I was a kid, and my mom was never good at keeping track of things like due dates. So if something was due back from the library, it was often late, which incurred a lot of late fees. And Barnyard was, I think we must have kept that game for at least 3, probably closer to 4 or 5 months, well over its due date. And so the late fees greatly accrued to the point where my mom paid the late fees, and the lady at the register was like, just take the game, you basically paid for it. So I had that's how I got that copy. And I'm gonna look up.
Should we dissect that Otis was a female cow that had udders?
We could dissect that.
They were all female cows.
Yes.
They're all female cows. Except for Ben. Ben was the only one.
No, Ben was a female too.
What? No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
They drew them all with udders because they
think
didn't think people would know the difference.
Ben.
It was also a kids' show.
It was.
You're a kid show.
It could have been a little more informative.
I didn't think Ben had udders, but no.
Yes.
Oh, he does have udders, huh?
Big
Well-
Ben.
Little Ben! Oh, I remember that little cow. He disappeared from the series, I'm just gonna say it. The Back at the Barnyard was not based off the movie. It should have been.
Okay.
I have a lot of Barnyard video game. We don't need... Well, I guess we'll just click through the game walkthrough, because... Yeah, this is...
A 9-hour walkthrough.
Yeah. You could do things like ride a bike around the barnyard. A lot of things that... One of the main things, at least, that I did was... You know how the thing at the barnyard, you could, like, throw parties at night?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's actually a huge mechanic throughout the game. You throw in, like, the most kick-ass party ever. And so you use the coins you collect throughout the game to upgrade your gear and basically trick out your barn with, like, a dance floor, jukebox, salt lick machine. So this is a lot of the game. Riding
The
around.
biking mechanic just looks entertaining.
Yeah. It was pretty great. Go for golf. This is just bringing stuff back.
Imagine
Imagine what?
missing that close.
Multiple times.
You see, there are daytime and nighttime things. Oh, this is like your, I guess this is your stamina bar, but your milk meter up here is how you can tell, you know, if you can milk it. And by milk it, I don't mean, I want to find the squirting mechanic, because that's what it is.
Getting a cow pow chicken feeling when I hear that.
Oh yeah, you can mix drinks. There's a lot of little crafting things in this game. I don't even know about... Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. You can hijack a car and chase down young children.
So this is just Grand Theft Auto as a cow.
I guess. If that's what you want to
That's
Do
the
you
way to
ever
explain it.
get to run over the kids?
I don't remember. No, that's right. You lose because you're supposed to tail them like this, but you don't actually hit them because then you can't expose yourself as a cow.
It's a cow driving. I think we're exposed already. You gotta get rid of the witnesses.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna know. Like, no one's gonna believe a kid.
Get rid of the witnesses, and there's no bodies to even,
All
I
I'm
think
thinking.
it'd be pretty easy to commit murder if I was a cow.
Yeah, like, who's gonna...
Who's gonna stop you?
Exactly.
The farmer?
Grand Theft Auto. See, you know
You
your
got a
butt.
gang of cows?
Yeah.
Yeah, cow murder would be
It's a
easy.
cow farm! There's a lot of cows
I'm
outside!
trying to find Coyote Showdown. I guess this would be
It's
where.
a cow farm. Gonna have cows outside.
Oh no, that's tomatoes. I'm trying to find the milking.
Why are we milking them? That's pretty weird.
No, they're milking
Oh, no.
themselves.
That did not look appropriate.
This whole game is just like that. I'm trying to find the milking. Oh, this is, or is this a shaking one? But that's how you like break open boxes and stuff is with the milk.
Ah, I see.
Very helpful.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, that's just one of them. I also played a lot of Sims. Lots of Sims.
You look like a Sims kind of person.
I am a Sims kind of person, but I can't help myself. Shrek 2 was a good one too. Y'all ever play the Shrek 2 video game?
No.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Well, what were
I
your
didn't play any of the
experiences?
Shrek games.
What?
Me either.
So you were a movie gamer, huh?
I was a movie gamer. That was me.
Oh dear God!
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
see Donkey?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Video games did not have the best graphics.
Man, this person doesn't have any good completion rate. 7%. Pretty tragic.
Weak. Oh my god, yes. 8 megabyte fucking memory cards. Oh, that shit was so fun. Yeah, each character has its own different abilities, and you have to use those abilities to.
Oh, they went with Red Riding Hood?
I guess so.
It's weird.
She just karate kicked a bell that was like 8 feet above ground.
Yeah, she knows Kung Fu.
That reminds me of a Scooby-Doo game I played on Nintendo at one point.
Yeah.
That each character had like a different ability. You had to use different characters to, complete the task.
Nice. Now, what I do remember about a lot of the games I played is, what was it? A lot of these video games, especially the ones based off movies, were one player, which sucked because I was a twin. Well, it was a twin. I am a twin, so I grew up with, a sibling exactly my age and mostly exactly my interests. So if we had to play a video game like this or The Sims or Spyro or anything, it was always fighting over the controller.
Mom, it's my turn, right?
Mom said it was
They've
my turn
played
on the
enough.
Xbox.
Pretty much, that was it.
They've been playing for 30 minutes.
We did come up with a pretty good system, though, usually. Yeah, this is a lot of game running around, solving puzzles, collecting things. But
I
no,
remember being super excited when I got Puss in Boots.
yeah, Puss in Boots is awesome. Those pumpkins. I hate those pumpkins. But no, Oh yeah, the system that we ended up coming up with was if you died, you had to pass the controller.
That just sounds like a general, like...
It's the code of honor.
It is really.
We're vibing out and playing a single-player game, but there's 2 people sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
You die. Move over.
I remember this level in particular being pretty difficult. It's because those stupid frogs always knocking me off the edge.
Those are Battletoads. Thank you.
Are they?
No, it's a different game. Battletoads.
I know what Battletoads is. I totally forgot Shrek rode the horse, though.
Oh yeah, he does at some point. And then what was it? Oh, this is again. Oh, that was pretty.
When do you fight these people, or when do these people ever come up in the movie?
Yeah, see, I don't think they do.
A lot of this doesn't come up in the movie.
No, most of this
it's
doesn't.
Like stuff that happens in between.
Yeah, like, a lot of these are based off of other Grimm's fairy tales. Like obviously you saw earlier, it was like Red Riding Hood and all that. In the middle here with the gears and the pumpkins, it was like the 3 Billy Goats Gruff.
That stuff, it became weirdly complex, this game.
It really did. It was.
Look at the image that they have for Shrek's profile.
I know, it's iconic.
He looks... Shrek is love.
Shrek is life. But don't be fooled by the giant buzzsaws. This is still rated E for everyone game. There's no blood in it. It's a Shrek game.
Ooh.
Though, if you get hit by the saw blades, you do have to start over.
Thought you said not to worry about it.
Well, you don't have to worry about, like, parents don't have to worry about their kids playing it. They're not going to see a bunch of, like, blood and gore.
I ain't getting chopped in half anytime soon.
Treasure Planet 1, too, real quick.
Treasure Planet. That was a good movie.
This was a
Really
good
good
game, too. Like, did you ever get to play?
I didn't know that there was a game.
It was a pretty good game,
It's
actually.
a really good game. It's what do you call it, a platformer?
A platformer?
No, what do you call it, a
Would you
platformer is
call
what
it
I'm
a
saying.
platform?
Oh. I thought you said, what do you call a platformer?
No.
A platformer.
No, this was pretty epic. Have I mentioned? Oh god, the Solar Surfer. This was a pain.
Solar surfing stuff was the craziest.
It really was. This is almost as bad, if not worse, as the what's it called? The similar levels on Spyro. Those kicked my ass. Like obviously I also
Flight levels?
yeah, the flight levels on Spyro. Like obviously I played a lot of Spyro the Dragon as well, but like this is the games that I actually like owned. Was like Barnyard, Treasure Planet, Shrek 2. Also, this came accumulated in one of my most dick move gamer moments ever. You know that nice nifty little system I told you about? Me and my sister playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
So the last level of the game, spoilers, I guess. Oh, I forgot you fight Silver at the end. But the last one is this last level here is a time trial, and you have to make it to the last. You have to make it to the portal before the end of the time trial, as such. And then boom, you win.
He didn't make it, but
He
okay.
did.
No, it hit 0 before he got to the portal.
I'm gonna skip it. There you go. It did it like as he hit it.
Still hit 0 before he got to the portal. But
Either way,
Either
the time
way.
gets cut down real quick.
Really quick. But no, what makes it a dick move is that nifty little code of honor, I did not always follow perfectly. I was not always a nice sister about that. So Treasure Planet's one of my sister's absolute favorite anything. She was like obsessed with the movie. Like she was obsessed with this from the time the teaser trailer came out. Like it came out and she was like, "Oh my god, I have to see this." And yeah, we got the game. We took turns playing the game. The time trial one, I got really, really close on one time. And I was like, and she's like, it's my turn. I'm like, but I almost got it. She's like, no, it's my turn. I'm like, let me just try one more time. And she's like, oh, fine. And I beat the game before she did. She was so mad. It was something like, no. And then I beat the game and she was like, I hate you.
that's
so
when you
much."
just start a new game, delete the save, and tell her to play.
That's fucked up.
Well, you wanted to be player 2. You get the player 2 privileges. Starting over.
Starting over.
Congratulations, you've won a new game plus.
I did end up beating most of these games. The only one I didn't beat was Robots. That's because I got stuck on a love.
God. Robots.
Did you ever play Robots?
I did.
That shit was hard.
Movie games definitely had some really hard scenarios.
Well, let me show you again, and I'll pass the torch over to someone else. But I want to see if I can find real quick. Oh yeah, it's 3-hour gameplay. I remember really liking this movie and really liking this video game. And actually, I have to see if I can find it emulated or on a PlayStation store somewhere.
Probably.
I probably
You'd
can.
probably be better off just emulating it.
Because I remember really liking this game and just being really pissed that I never beat it. I wonder how far into it I got. Just want to see what part. Did I ever make? I don't think I ever made it this far. Maybe I did. Fine. There's like platforms you jump around. Okay, I definitely got to here.
Oh yeah, I distinctly remember this too.
This is a pain in my ass is what this was.
Having to like actually race against people.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Lego Star Wars.
The speeder races.
Speeder race was one of my. That was the level I hated the most.
Yeah.
Out of the whole thing. Definitely brought a tear to my eye when I beat it.
This must have been it.
When does he get a gun?
Oh, right out here. Yeah, this is the area. I don't know why. I kept falling off the ledges and shit. Yeah, this is about the part when I couldn't get past it and I dropped the game and I never picked it up again. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to look up and see where I can find this game, because now I just feel like I can do better. I won't give up on myself. And also, it takes, 3 hours to beat?
Always give up. Always surrender.
This is the long play walkthrough, too, and he took 3 hours, so I feel like I could do it in, 5.
That's generous.
Wow.
I'll give it 12.
Yes, I guess you could say I was a movie gamer. I did also play Nintendogs and Sims and all that, but this was a lot of my bread and butter. What about y'all? Who wants to go next around the campfire?
I mostly played games on the Xbox, like Fable. I played Naruto, The Storm, Mortal Kombat on the original Nintendo series.
Nice.
Duck Hunter.
Gotta love good
With
old.
like little the light guns.
Yes.
Those were pretty fun.
That's
Makes you
pretty-
feel like you're actually shooting something.
Yeah.
I
And then
wish.
it never tracked fully. So it was like you shoot one way and it's like way over here.
A lot of the games I had access to were the movie games because that's something my mom recognized. She'd be like, my kid likes this movie, have the game. Not if she saw something like Mortal Kombat, which she wouldn't like anyways because it's so violent. But if it were too violent or she didn't recognize it, again, I'm surprised she never got me Kingdom Hearts, but because it's anime themed, she probably thought it was weird. She barely understood why I liked Yu-Gi-Oh, let alone why I would want to play something like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
They say some pretty off-the-wall shit in Yu-Gi-Oh! I admit it.
Yeah. So how did you gain access to your games? What was the metric for what games you played?
My ex-stepdad was really into games, so
Okay.
I had a lot to choose from.
Nice. Lucky duck.
Also played WoW on PC, and then also Pirates of the Caribbean had a game where you could you could get into prison, you could escape prison, you could gamble and get back into prison if you were caught cheating, but only if you're caught. You can cheat. You can also fire the cannons, do ship stuff, steal things.
The pirate's life.
Yep.
Nice. What about you, oh muffin?
Oh, hold on.
Or does the sound guy want to chirp in?
What else?
Anything
Your
else?
gaming history.
PC, did a
sounded
couple
pretty-
Xbox games. I played some games on the Nintendo, like Yoshi, Mario.
You play
Play-
Yoshi's Island?
Yes.
That shit was awesome. I love Yoshi's Island.
What
Well-
Mario games?
I played, I believe it was just the original Mario, just the platform game on the Nintendo. Mario World, maybe?
That sounds about right.
It's on Mario 64. It's a pretty solid one.
Any you'd like to expose us to that maybe we could look at gameplay footage of? Maybe we haven't played it.
Fable 3 was probably the one I played the most.
I can't remember if I've seen Fable 3 get played
We
or not.
looked at it as part of one of the like upcoming games as like a remaster.
Oh, I see.
Oh, Jack series, such a great game.
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember if this is the game I saw my friend play or not.
Brings back memories.
Ah, it's a
Yeah.
floating book.
What kind of memories? This is why
It's
I do
very
this.
odd. Like there's a one time you can find a group of wizards that shrink you for their D&D game,
Mm-hmm.
and you are fighting for the princess's heart,
Aww.
and you have to solve puzzles in order to, get to the princess. And the guys are arguing about all of the villains the entire time. So they're like, this monstrous chicken! And they're like, why is it a chicken? They're like, a chicken that breathes fire! It was amazing.
Is that why you're in the chicken costume, or?
I think this one is actually you put the chicken costume on to get his chickens back.
This game always had a weird obsession with chickens.
Yes.
Yeah, look. The chicken suit.
And you can get multiple costumes, but they don't increase any type of strength or anything.
Mhm.
They're just costumes. At one point, you dress up as a bandit to infiltrate this group of criminals, and you just beat everybody. That is
Solid.
your only quest. Is just hit everything that moves there.
Solid. This is amazing. I like how
He struts his stuff.
he's posing too. He's like,
Yep.
I'm a
Chicken chaser. You put the chicken costume on to find the chickens.
That's awesome. I think I would really like this game.
And at one point, you find like a book, and it's this dead poet, and he pulls you into another pretty much realm to act out his plays.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah.
You're just running around the town square dressed as a chicken.
And you can talk to anybody in the town. You can flirt with them. You can make them angry. You can just have a casual
I feel like
conversation.
I would just talk to him just to piss him off.
You can also do jobs to make money.
Nice.
Yeah, KFC.
No.
He's
More
already
like
the
playing
mascot.
music, or you can also be a blacksmith, things like that.
Why has he got to be black?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't think there's any silversmith or whitesmith or pinksmith in this town. You get what you get.
I was a fat wizard by the end of my game.
Oh yeah, you brought that up in the drinking episode.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
I accidentally drank too much alcohol.
He was
Accident.
the fat fuck wizard.
I became the fat fuck wizard.
Why haven't you made that a D&D character yet?
It is.
Oh, damn it.
It's my little kid character.
Oh, that tracks.
He's a little fat wizard.
Cartman. Who's up next, or...
You got anything, sound guy?
I mean, I had a whole array from all over the place. It's kind of like, like people gained up culture from all over the world. I gained gaming from everywhere. Pulled it from everything. The basics.
You have an older brother who exposed you to a lot too, didn't you?
And a whole family to expose
Whole
me.
family. I got older siblings.
My
That's like...
sisters. Particularly the younger one tended to play those more girly games, like Dress Up or The Sims.
I'm just gonna see what I get for Sims gameplay while you're talking about this.
Sims gameplay.
I wonder what
she's
looking
the
up
one that
Sims
taught me
gameplay
of-
would get you.
She's the one that taught me of the mother load, you know.
Oh,
Going
classic.
to your mailbox and adding a crap ton of money to your home.
Yeah, if
It's
you
the only cheat you ever need.
really,
Yeah.
the whole point of this game is, you know,
To cheat,
making
kill those you don't love.
living the
She was
life
the one that showed me how to brutally murder someone
with
in The Sims.
the swimming pool method or something else.
No,
No?
she got robbed. An
Oh.
old man. And at this moment she got robbed and figured out about it,
Mm-hmm.
she walled the guy off from the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's a way to do it.
And you could hear him screaming the entire time while she calmly played the game.
I mean, he shouldn't have robbed her.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. Tons of old-fashioned games, Legacy of Kain. I think one of the primaries in my life was Tales of Symphonia, Halo, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I can't wait to play Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I pulled from quite a bit of games, though.
Oh dear God.
That's cute. Why are you dear godding?
There's a famous thing you could do throughout these games.
Press the power button.
One of the big ones was if you went through the whole game using just his wooden swords, you could unlock his ultimate weapon for New Game Plus, pretty much.
Nice.
A bigger wooden
For
sword.
the next playthrough, it's like the ultimate weapon, but you have to beat them to death with a stick, the final boss.
You have to prove your
You
worth.
also, you know those games that have those unwinnable scenarios?
Yeah.
This game makes the unwinnable scenarios winnable, but they're insanely hard, and you have to have already mastered the game to a point
Criminally.
to win them. This one had a famous scene where you fought against like actual angels, and they had moves like, you know, just beam the whole field down and everybody dies. And you're kind of like, well.
Mm-hmm.
They had a couple of those scenes. Yeah, but it was pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool.
Yep. One of my childhood games right here.
Hey, look, he's got the wooden swords.
This is the start of the game.
Oh, yeah, this is only part one. How long is this game? What kind of hours would you need to put in this game to get to the end?
I don't remember. It's been a very, very long time.
Fair
I
enough.
remember Lloyd is that guy. I think that's Kyrie. Maybe not. I don't know. I remember Roy the most, which is the main character. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's also this crazy, like, plot, I guess, where people were getting transformed into horrifying mutant monsters.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, that was pretty terrifying to figure out about. Like, an old lady became one of them. It's freaky. No, that was one of the bigger games that I played. Halo. It's probably the reason why I'm so good at shooters at all. Is I spent a great part of my life playing Halo.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I was aware of Halo. I enjoyed the concept of it, I guess. Just stuff that was popular seemed cool, I guess. I never would have played this game on my own. Wasn't in my wheelhouse at all. But I remember trying to play with some guy friends, and I'd walk out on the field and they'd kill me like instantly. And I'd just try to hide, and he's like, "That's not how you play the game. You gotta come out and like try to shoot me." And I'm like, "But I keep dying."
There's a lot of people that complained that way. I'd say for Halo, it was quite surprising when the little kid beats the adult. It's pretty crazy when that happens.
Yeah.
Because the adult always thinks they have the upper hand in gaming, and then the kid turns out to be better than you. I wasn't always better, I admit. I got my ass kicked a lot, but I'd say I was a rough grade above the average guy.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And at my age, I felt pretty accomplished.
I would hope so. Whee!
Yeah, no. It's pretty fucking enjoyable.
Looks like it. I'd probably really enjoy it now.
Left 4 Dead. A lot of multiplayer shooting games.
Nice.
We battled against each other and the zombies. A lot of people liked running you off a cliff as a charger in Left 4 Dead 2. Turns out, if you were a zombie, you could slap the witch a lot, and it would get really mad and go kill the other guys.
Solid.
It would kill everybody but you.
Oh no.
Maybe they deserved it.
Yeah. A hunter, for some reason, had a weird physics thing where it was much easier for him to move anything. So, anyone with a plan would usually be a hunter, and they would do things like move a witch across the map to a very, very random point from where she originally was.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It got pretty crazy.
Oh. Yeah, no way I would have my mom have gotten me this game.
Yeah, I could imagine so.
Yeah.
Playing Gears of War 1 was probably one of my favorite things to accomplish. Especially in multiplayer and stuff like that. Gears of War's multiplayer was actually pretty insane. And beating the game was probably my pride and joy at that time.
I believe it. I'm seeing this gameplay walkthrough. It says part 1, and it's 4.5 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a long time. Oh, that's really cool looking though. Holy crap.
Yeah, they did some really cool things. Oh no, gaming's pretty.
The saw was probably the best part about that game.
Straight up. Saw. I ran at everything to see if I could saw it down.
Well, yeah, because
It's
normally
probably what got
anytime
me
you
to
get
killed the most, honestly.
anytime you got near
some.
somebody, you just do it and it cuts all animations, and then it's just like, yeah, you're done.
Yeah, and everyone's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie, when you could hammer somebody, use that light hammer down on somebody.
Wasn't it just called, like, Thor's hammer or something like that?
I think it was called Thor's hammer. But you pinpointed a satellite laser and it beamed things down.
The reload mechanic in the game was pretty fun too, because like
That's what got people good at reloading.
you know, you're sitting there dealing with it like.
Holy cow.
That man survived a shotgun blast. I forgot that was possible.
I remember seeing this
This
game
guy's playing it on easy, I bet.
the first time. Those screechers kept me up for days.
Yeah, there were some terrifying things in this game.
This is still Gears of War, right?
Yeah. I don't think they're actually called screechers, but
They
you
might.
can try it.
The Screamer?
The wretch.
The Wretch.
Because in the first game, or like the first mission, you have to deal with them. It's pitch black, it's raining, and the only time you see them is the lightning flashes, and they're like spider crawling across the side of a building.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
gonna
No
lie.
thanks.
And it's like a
No,
swarm.
I wouldn't.
Those bat levels, where those things like
Here,
swarm you
give me
and
the
run you down,
control.
those
the
were
keyboard.
terrifying. And when you had to fight the guy on the train with that, fuck that.
Introduction?
Isn't that what I spelled?
Introduction. It's something.
Go back up to the search bar. Jesus Christ. I hate this keyboard.
And it hates you.
I see it, apparently. Oh, there's no videos.
Let's try going to YouTube. Might be able to find it there. Yeah, turn the volume up so we can hear it a little bit.
Gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Dancing Wretch.
What? Oh my god. That has to be a mod, right?
No,
No?
that's
it's
a real
an
thing.
Easter egg.
Because it's dancing to the music that's going on.
That's adorable.
It's got a little top hat.
How could you kill him?
Easily.
With a grenade.
Bam.
Just like that.
No, I don't think you could shoot him.
Aww. But he was just straight vibing.
Yeah,
And
those games were riddled with Easter eggs like that.
Are,
Resident Evil 4, that game had some surprisingly intense jump scares. Because it's like more of an actionier game, so you wouldn't expect the jump scare to happen as much.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I remember this one scene, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Just fighting my way through all these guys. We got a moment of reprieve, collect some items, and then this fucking explosion happens in front of you as this guy sprints out through it and going, ah! And you're like, what the fuck? And you
Oh,
just
Jesus.
straight freak out as he grabs you and starts fucking screaming into your face. Nobody saw it coming, in my opinion. Like, everybody's like, what the fuck was that? And then Leon goes, what the f was he doing in an oven? You're like, what?
Did you ever play Gears of War 5 with the golden chicken Easter egg?
Yeah, that was funny as hell.
I think it was 5.
Yeah,
It-
we really were all
Golden
no,
chicken.
wait, it might. Yeah, I think it was 5.
Yep,
That's the one.
That's
the
3.
giant fire-breathing chicken.
Alright, let's take a
That
look.
one, Gears of War series has some crazy Easter eggs.
Okay.
They're one of the ones where you had to like unlock them doing a bunch of crazy and random shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to the commentary.
Just jump ahead.
Jump
You had to shoot into a bunch of pipes, and your character would say things like "hello" and
Oh.
stuff.
You might want to unmute it now.
Oh, yeah. Hello, chicken.
So shoot the chicken.
What?
A giant fire-breathing golden.
Oh my god. That scared the crap out of me.
Oh, like it would kill you quick too.
I
If
see
you
that.
aimed your
He's-
ass.
Like, you can't shoot it either, because the moment you aim at it,
Well,
it, like, flips your camera around.
how are
Say,
how are you supposed to beat it?
Every time I went to aim in on them, it would set my reticle a little.
Seriously, how are you supposed to beat that thing?
you don't.
Oh.
You can beat it.
I mean, you
can
need,
drop something.
yeah, you need
Oh,
the
there.
hammer sometimes, but, like,
So that was a pretty cool Easter egg I found today.
So yeah,
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
your character will say things like "Focus fire on the giant chicken." What the fuck? Your character starts freaking out.
rightfully so.
Solid.
I mean, wouldn't you be terrified if you saw a giant golden cock chasing you?
Yes, that
I'd-
rightfully so.
I'd be horrified, that's for sure.
I'd scream.
Don't animate that.
You know what you have to
golden
do.
cock weighs over 11 pounds.
No. Oh, on a cracker.
All right, Josh, what you got?
What you got?
Plenty of games. Started off with a Game Boy. Everybody's fun little handheld. I had a Game Boy Micro.
Aw.
It was literally smaller than this keyboard.
Oh my god.
I was in there playing the one Game Boy game that I will consistently download on every single emulator. It is Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku 2.
Okay.
Alone, just the starting, like the intro song, is just play the,
This one here?
yeah. Let's see if it'll actually play the song. Yeah. I love this.
Yeah, this was made to stick in your head, that's for sure.
Grabs all the, like, perfect scenes and clips of the characters.
Trunks. Nice. I got the androids up in there.
Mm-hmm. It is the Android Saga and Cell Saga.
Oh, okay.
But, like, through the entire game, you get to play as all the characters.
Okay.
Going to all the different areas of the world that mainly popped up in the show during these two sagas.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there's more things to deal with because I don't think in the show you had to deal with pirates or you saw the pirates anywhere.
Okay.
But, you know, you level up, you get to 50, you get a specialty area and a statue.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like an achievement. You play Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, and then everybody's special character, Hercule.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's literally the worst person to play as because all he does is he flashes fingers and it stuns everything on the map and you just run. His damage is literally 0 for strength.
I would have liked that, though, because he just stunned and run.
But you can't do anything. You have to play as him in one section to run around to find where Goku is.
Oh.
And you're
But
dealing with a
also-
bunch of...
Just think about it. If you can't attack them, you're not going to get experience.
Yeah, that's true. That sounds
I mean, you
awful.
still get experience by flashing them. You're just photobombing everybody.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean by flashing them.
Yeah.
Stunning them, yes.
Hercule is literally like a media clown.
He needs a key to the city.
This is when the old man stole the key and hid it. So you're just going off to find it till you get access to Piccolo. So you gotta move the Hercule float. But he's not moving because he's got the wrong music playing. Doesn't get his sandwich. So you got 2 starting quests. You gotta go find a sandwich from a shop that's closed down. But you can't get the sandwich open because the guy from the stand is gone because the school bus ran off the road and he went to go find the kids. And then the school bus driver is gone because he went to go find the newspaper and the newspaper stand guy is gone. So you gotta go find the newspaper guy, go get the school bus guy, to go get the kids, and come back and get the sandwich.
So much madness.
That sounds like a lot.
All while
Sounds
through
reasonable.
the entire game, you have to find 25 golden capsules across the entire map.
Okay. I see we've got Trunks up in here now.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a sword. He's unstoppable.
You don't use the sword.
No, it's
What?
if any opponent uses a sword against him.
Well, why doesn't he use a sword?
The only time you use the sword is if you do the charge attack.
Okay.
And... Or, you know, just go Super Saiyan. Or get interrupted and don't do anything.
I see.
I didn't see him use the sword at all when he got interrupted. Keep firing, asshole!
Yeah.
He's getting defeated by a rocket launcher.
Now I'm like taking a fucking missile to the face. Couldn't be me. I would have been so bad at this game.
Skip ahead.
Skipping
I've done this a
ahead.
few times, though, because where it's got the Super Saiyan transformation on. If you accidentally hit the power button, like to shoot any blasts, and you don't realize that you've got that on there, you'll stop mid-fight to do it. And you're wasting energy, you're wasting your transformation.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Goku fighting
Cougars.
Everything.
Sabretooth.
Saber-tooth doggies.
Wouldn't they be more like cats?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, they're kicking his ass. Ah, run, gators.
he
What
in
is this, Florida?
Noise.
Oh no.
But they give you a backstory to future Gohan and Trunks. Trunks comes back in time, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
Time traveling Trunks.
and then you have to go back through the story of where you find Cell using the old time machine, wherever else like that. You get to meet General Tao
Nice.
in one area when you're finding the Dragon Balls. And you get to fight him, and then halfway through the fight, he goes, "Wait! Don't kill me! I know your dad." And that's it. That's the end of the fight.
Okay.
He plays the coward card a lot in all of the series because Goku beat him up. Anybody that's related to or knows Goku, he just immediately goes, "Here you go. I'll leave you alone."
That's
Smart
all
man.
yours.
Yeah, this game looks pretty fun. I'd probably enjoy it. 38? No, oh my god.
But aside from, Game Boy, There's PlayStation 2,
Of course.
which
That's what I had.
played a single Naughty Dog game the entire time that I had that PlayStation 2, and it was Jack 2.
Yeah.
That game was, for some reason, the chokehold of my adolescent life because I don't know, it was just cool. Dude gets injected with a bunch of dark, like, energy, and he goes off kicking people in the, face, shooting them with guns,
As
dealing
one
with
does.
aliens,
It gets to it.
It looks pretty fun. It looks cool. I mean, I'm just in the opening sequence, but I judge a game a lot by the opening sequence. It looks cool. I usually associate Naughty Dog
This
with...
is what happens when you collect all the orbs in the end of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I never played the first game up until recently.
No?
Really?
Mm-hmm. I 100% the Jack 2 game probably about 3 times, and then just kept playing on the last one, and got it well past 100%.
Don't tell me what to do.
I like his glasses. So I associate Naughty Dog a lot with Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people forget that Dexter was a human.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Daxter was a human?
Yeah. He
Why is
fell into the vent of Dark Eco that changed Jack.
So Jack became a superhero and Daxter became a ferret.
Apparently, he's related to like God.
Oh. Holy cow.
That makes sense.
That's... Holy cow. Oh, holy crap. Uh-oh.
Just ram it with your ship.
Whew, just go into the portal. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, this was their goal all along.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, to get through the portal because the old guy had a vision,
Ah, okay.
and then they get separated.
Probably shouldn't worry about, the other stuff they unleashed onto the world.
Nah, it all disappeared when the rift closed. But now, they're in the future. Like later on in the game, you figure out that this is in fact the world that you left, but it's just like hundreds of years later on, and everybody's just been waiting for you to pop up. Just like this guy. He's an asshole.
Me?
What? Oh. It's pretty aggressive. 2 years?
Spent 2 years in jail,
Oh,
being pumped full of dark magic.
no. Oh. That literally looks like the same thing that Dr. Neo Cortex uses.
In the first one, Jack doesn't talk at all. But in this one, after he gets, like, all this experimental stuff done to him, he becomes very vocal.
Okay.
And the first thing he says is he's going to kill that guy, Baron Praxis.
That tracks.
It's a great game. I think the total, gameplay is worth 12, 14 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I played the one where he frees him. Dexter frees Jack. He becomes an exterminator.
That was
Oh.
a lot of spit with those kisses.
That was a lot. That was pretty gay.
Jack is not gay.
I don't know.
Jack is, in fact, going after the Baron's daughter in this entire game.
Okay.
Like after?
Like romantically or to
Yes,
kill?
Like,
romantically.
Oh, okay.
I think ends up winning her at the end, but she's, the head of police, so she can't do anything.
Oh, that's a shame.
I like that he
I
runs
always
everybody-
I
loved-
would have run him over.
I like that he runs everybody over, but when he gets to the guard, he's just
If you run over the guards, they chase you. And it's, instantly 5 stars.
Oh, Christ.
Cruisers come in, they're blasting at you. If they blow up the car, you're dead.
That
I hit
sounds
guards
like a
all the time.
challenge.
It always was. Especially if you're riding around on the hoverboard and you smack them with it, they still chase you. I used to do a cool little kickflip and like spin the board out from underneath my feet and watch it bounce off their head, and I just go. So once I'm gone, they can't catch me.
So there's
Exactly.
traffic laws you have to follow?
Yes.
Oh my god. Is this
Have
great?
to follow.
The invisible walls were also hilarious because you didn't always know where they were,
Oh, I knew where they were.
and you just freaking send your car flying off.
I, at one point, I think, sent my car through 4 different walls, and when it would, like, launch straight up, I'd jump out at the right time, and it'd skyrocket jack, and then you just do a fucking dive, and you're a pancake.
That's pretty amazing.
But, I mean, if I wasn't playing this, Dragon Ball Z, again.
Nice.
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2.
Played a lot of party games, a lot of multiplayer games.
I remember watching my friends play multiplayer games, but again, a lot of single Pringle type games for me. The game I've been wanting to play a lot that's actually not like movie IP related that I've been wanting to play it again for years. Y'all ever play Sonic Heroes?
No.
I think
Yeah.
so.
It was one of my favorite video games of all time. It still is, which is hilarious because if you ask literally anyone else who's played any other game, they will say that the PS2 port of Sonic Heroes is like one of the, not only the worst port, but one of the worst games just ever.
They're probably not wrong.
But I think a lot of the reason I liked it was the repetitive, like the gameplay was kind of repetitive no matter what team you chose. But for one, it was still a fun ass game and had a kick-ass theme song. Like my sister and I would rewind, we'd get out of the start menu just to listen to the fucking theme song again. Oh, come on. There it is. I remember really liking this song. I just want to play Sonic Heroes. No.
The Gangster Gator.
The Gangster Gator.
Great Final Fantasy memory here.
Yeah.
Giant flying airships in 3D.
Alright, when does he become Super Saiyan?
No Super Saiyan Sonic in this one, but there
Yeah,
is.
the Chaos Emeralds weren't that kind of thing in this.
Oh, Metal Sonic?
I never got to fight Metal Sonic.
He's Negasonic.
But the really cool thing about that I liked about this game is that each team was kind of a different difficulty. So if you played Team Sonic, it was just normal mode, and you got just a straightforward story. Okay, no, we don't need to do that again. But
Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
Yep, that's Team Sonic as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and their normal gameplay. Team Rose was like easy mode. You had to play as like Amy, Big, and don't remember the rabbit's name, but she, oh god, that got repetitive. Let's see. Hard mode was Team Dark with Shadow, the Omega thing, and Rouge. And Team Chaotic, so with the Gator and the Chameleon and the Bee. That was more mission based. So it was like the same stages, but instead of just getting to the end of the level, you had to defeat so many of those things or collect so many rings or stuff like that. Yeah. Rail Canyon was a fun one. But yeah, a lot of the levels are pretty much the same. You don't it's not open world, you don't explore, it's very much got a beginning and an end.
I remember playing this game.
I love this game.
Got it on an emulator.
You got it on an emulator?
Yeah, it's a VR emulator.
Oh, wait, you played this on VR? Yeah. That sounds awesome!
There's a game called Emu VR, which is literally you plug in a old school TV, and if you download the games, it will populate like a console, and you just drag and drop, drag the cord, plug it into the TV, hit power, and it plays the game. And it will play like the whole startup sound and everything.
Oh, that's cool. I'll say I do remember these controls being hella janky. As much as I'm like, oh, Rail Canyon was fun, I'm very much looking through this with nostalgia goggles, because when I actually think about it, like critically, all I can remember is going on these rail things, and you're supposed to, by just switching over and hitting a button, switch to like the directly next over. But so many times I would do that, and I would just fall off the edge and have to start over.
You ever thought about just not having a skill issue?
Yeah, I tried. I ended up getting like the hang of it and figuring it out, but part of it was skill issue, part of it was the notoriously janky controls on the PS2 port. Twas rough, to say the least.
They look like madness.
Oh, forget about the camera control. There is none. And I hate that they just skipped that checkpoint. Okay, I'm done with this gameplay. Dude, if you don't hit checkpoints and you fall off the edge, you're fucked.
Well, maybe he was just going for a speed run.
Probably. Again, this is what, 7 hours?
It's called the long play, though, so I'm kind of wondering.
Yeah, what if you just didn't like that specific map?
Big Emperor.
That map.
Maybe you don't fight Sonic as a robot. I don't know. I never beat the game at period, even on easy mode. So I actually don't know. I haven't seen like any of the ending cutscenes.
Literally every old school game that I've played, beaten. I remember playing Sonic Adventures 2 on the Dreamcast.
Oh my god.
Those little memory cards that you pull out of the controller.
Yeah.
Use that as a Game Boy. You play with the little things that you collect throughout the game. That was fun.
Sonic Adventure 2. I never played this one.
Sega.
Is this the one?
Nope.
No?
Sonic Adventures 1.
Oh, my bad.
Now that one is fun to play on the emulator for the VR. Because then you can just maximize the TV. Dreamcast.
I never owned a Dreamcast. I started on the... Technically the first console I ever owned was a PS2. But I played on my friends' PS1 and GameCube.
I had the original Nintendo, and then I had an Xbox.
Nice.
I do plan to get that thing that I told you about before starting.
Which one?
The emulator with the 21,000 games on it.
Yeah.
Nice little handheld emulator for everything.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm just
pretty
gonna have a blast playing 9 games on it.
Tracks. Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
That's a rough start.
Who remembers the first horror game?
I don't think I ever played any horror games.
I was never a fan of horror, anything. Movies, games.
Dang.
Oh, this looks kind of rough.
Yeah, this stuff is always weird.
Fair enough. I'm trying to think horror game.
I played the hell out of horror games.
I was not a big horror person. Like, still really aren't. I'm still really not, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm not really a horror person. The closest thing I ever came to playing a horror game is nothing close to a horror game, which was that Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. It's one of the first games I owned, period. And I used to play it at night, and it used to scare the crap out of me. And that was just Scooby-Doo, so I couldn't handle like an actual horror game. What about you? Any horror games in your repertoire?
Not really.
No?
Dang. I gotta let you guys play some horror games.
I mean, I played Siren last Halloween. That was annoying. I could probably play a different one or try to actually play that one right. There's a whole mechanic I keep ignoring, and then I keep wondering why I die.
You should probably not do that.
Probably not, yeah.
You should probably use that mechanic more.
Probably. What do they call that? Sight jacking. That's what it is. You're supposed to be able to see, like...
Oh, look at that. He missed a checkpoint.
That really annoys me. That's like not saving your Word document 3 times every half hour.
You only need to save it once.
Maybe they're very confident.
I mean, look at him. He's just skipping over a lot of stuff.
I guess so.
He was going pretty quickly.
Maybe it's because it's a water trap. The water is slowly rising.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I'd get rid of a lot of 100% progress if it meant I lived. So, obviously, if I'm confident, I like to try and do a game completion style. Otherwise, it's just not happening. Otherwise, it's just live, 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 live.
Here's another checkpoint.
Well, this game looks fun. Let's see if I can find it somewhere. Probably have to be emulated, because... Yeah, I'd play the crap out of this game.
Oh, look
they
at
went
that.
through
The
one.
one.
Woo! And it's Indiana Jones.
No. Indiana Jones was just a rolling ball. This one's fire.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and Joe's don't stand a chance.
Never stood
It's
a chance.
faster because of the fire.
This ball is on fire.
Fire, fire.
This ball is on fire.
You're giving me a goofy kind of vibe there.
This ball is on fire.
Fire, fire.
This ball is on fire.
It's beautiful.
It's my Donald Duck impression.
Quick, do a Donald Duck rap.
I can't talk and do that at the same time.
I can't even do that.
I didn't expect it to be so accurate.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. It's the best I got. Are you trying to... Well, I
You know
think...
what I'm saying, yo?
No.
Well, I mean, I knew you started off pretty strong. You were doing Linkin Park. That I did catch on to in the end. But after that, I got lost. Because we were doing the one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. Yeah, it's a good song. Well, I think that's as good a place as any to end this one. What do y'all think? Any last thoughts? Any games that y'all just kept near and dear to your hearts that you didn't mention, or...
No.
No?
I can think of.
No.
I mean, I got tons of games I've played, but
Oh yeah, no, we could
I
talk...
think I said what I mentioned.
Yeah.
I think you said what you...
I think that'll do us right now. We got a good little summation of some nostalgia going on, but we want to hear from you. What games shaped your childhood? When you think of just nostalgia and good feelings from your childhood, what game comes up? What?
What you say, boy?
What? You talking shit?
Yes. Big
Oh.
shit.
Fair enough.
You can do that.
But let us know on our GFaP socials what games shaped your childhood and just what makes you think of good feelings. If you want to hear from me directly, of course, you can go to BrittRochelle.com or check out my business card thingy. All my links are right there. Sign my DMs. I do answer them all myself.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Tiny and Adorable.
Linktree, Muffin Sincere. It's got all of my stuff.
And we're
Go
all...
find them.
Oh, yes.
And we'll see you guys next time.
If you want to see us live, we also we Twitch stream pretty often, so check us out there.
I
And
wouldn't say pretty often. We're trying to get a schedule.
we're getting there. Until next time.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
On the next episode of GFaP.
The fappening is happening.
On your packing.
Learn to aim.
Hey man, that's why we're fappening. All right.
Alright, we're gonna make this quick because there's a pool waiting for me because it is literally 98 degrees. So the main nostalgia thing that I have based on video games is more based on watching everyone else play video games. Why is this? Because my family was poor and broke. So, my first experience actually playing a video game that I have memory of is when I was little, like 5-ish, and I played Crazy Taxi at my neighbor's house, and then my parents forced my brother to actually allow me to play the PlayStation as long as I was supervised, because the PlayStation technically belonged to him. The second memory that I have playing Pokemon was when I was 8 or 9, somewhere in there, and I was playing Pokemon. It was either red or blue. Technically, it was both, and I was playing for my grandmother because my grandmother had the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, and she had all, well, not all, but like both of the Pokemon games at the time. And so my earliest memory is helping her beat Sabrina with a Gengar because I had watched the anime and that was clearly the correct choice. If you know, you know. From there, I don't really have any other memories of playing video games until I was around 8 or 9. And when I was around 8 or 9, I was playing one of the multiple football games that exist with my other neighbor that I had known for years, but he had just become my neighbor because we had recently moved there after the divorce. That was kind of a bittersweet memory because he ended up deciding that he was much too old and much too cool to be my friend, and not long after that. Rude. So, that's a thing. From there, all of my memories are watching my cousin play various video games on the multitude of portable consoles that she had, because my cousin was spoiled rotten, and we were too poor to have our own consoles. So I didn't get to actually physically play a video game again until I was in late middle school, or mid to late middle school, I think, because it was whenever Diamond and Pearl came out. Because conveniently, right around the time that Diamond and Pearl came out, my grandmother sent me almost exactly the correct amount of money to buy one of the DS's, like a regular DS. And I was only like $50 or $60 short from being able to get the Diamond and Pearl DS. And that came with the game, and came with a figure, and came with, and it came with the case. And I think that's the one that also came with like an episode of the one Pokemon anime that mostly only came out in Japan and only had like a few random dubbed episodes. The Explorers of series, the ones that are like the Mystery Dungeon series. So, that's also why I'm kind of really bad at games now, because I didn't really get to play that many of them growing up, like, at all. And the ones I did get to play were almost exclusively on handhelds or on motion controls, because the year after I got the DS, we also managed to get a Wii, because my grandpa bought me one for my birthday. So, This is also why a lot of my nostalgia is Pokemon based, because beating Sabrina with a Gengar is a core memory, and it's also why Gengar is my favorite Pokemon. Anyway, so yeah, that is my nostalgia for video games. That is also why I am bad at video games, as I didn't get to play them until much later in life, and I didn't really get to play them much even after we got the Wii, because, well, my mother is in the living room most of the time and doesn't want to leave the living room. So I really only got to play the Wii when I happened to have days off of school and she was working. So yeah. I do also have strangely fond memories of Pokemon Pinball, because that was one of the games that my cousin played on the Game Boy, like, a lot. So, I do have fond memories of that. I'm kind of really hoping that my cousin is actually able to find all of her handheld games and stuff, because she's already said that she's not interested in them. So if she manages to find them, it means that I'll probably be able to get to have them, which means I'll finally be able to get to play Pokemon Pinball by myself. Yay! Anyway. Also, you get default VTuber model until I figure out how to make a PNG tuber work. Also, this doesn't happen very frequently, so there's that. That is my nostalgia, video game based nostalgia. It's almost exclusively based on that. We did have a Sega Saturn. The problem is, really the only game that we had on the Sega Saturn, or all of the games that we had for that, were all of the puzzle games, like Tetris and the Balloon Poppy thing, and like a couple others. They were all puzzle based, and because I was 5, I had literally no interest in them. Yeah. So, anyway, that's the end of the episode. Bye.